So we are in the article of Rabbi Ashlag called Arvut, called Mutual Responsibility. And today we're going to read number 26. Who wants to read for us?
Ready. Debes saber que todo esto le he revelado todo entendido en esta invitación que envió el Creador a Israel a través de Moshe antes de recibir la Torá, como está escrito Éxodo 19:5. Ahora si escucháis mi voz y guardáis mi pacto, vosotros seréis mi segula, virtud, remedio, tesoro. Entre todos los pueblos, porque mía es toda la tierra, y seréis para mí un reino de Conahim, sacerdotes, y una nación santa. Estas son las palabras que has de hablar a los hijos de Israel. Y vino Moshe, y convocó a los ancianos del pueblo y les expuso todas estas palabras que el Señor le había mandado. Entonces todo el pueblo en su conjunto respondió diciendo: nosotros haremos todo cuanto ha hablado el Señor. Y Moshe llevó al Señor las palabras del pueblo.
Thank you. So if you remember what we learned last time is that Rabbi Ashlag was asking when there was the event of Mount Sinai, right? We're talking about 3,300 years ago. On the event of Mount Sinai, the revelation of the Torah, the giving of the Torah on Mount Sinai. Rabbi Ashlag says that every person from the people of Israel that were standing near Mount Sinai, they ask a question, every person. Every person was asked, are you willing to do the spiritual work 100%? Are you willing to take upon yourself to love every other person in the people of Israel with all your heart and to love?
Ahí está.
Something happened, I don't know what.
Okay.
Okay, let's share the screen again, okay? So, every person was asked, are you willing to take upon yourself to love every other person from the people of Israel with all your heart and to invest all your energy, all your time, all your love into the idea of sharing and caring unconditionally? And every person from the people of Israel, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people, they all said yes. They all said, we're taking it upon ourselves, 100%. And only after every person said yes, we're going there and we're going to give 100%, only then God gave them the Torah. Only then. So Rabbi Ashlag asked the question, last time that we talked, Rabbi Ashlag asked the question, if you open the Bible, you don't see clearly that it says that was the question that every person was asked. It doesn't say clearly in the Bible that every person was asked, are you willing to take upon yourself to love every other person unconditionally? So Rabbi Ashlag says, I want to see where in the Bible it actually says so. And Rabbi Ashlag quotes here the words that God is telling Moses to tell the people of Israel. God says to Moses, these are the things that you should tell the people of Israel. Means that's the covenant between me and them. That's the agreement that I want to have between me and them. And what God says to Moses, tell the people of Israel, if you listen to my voice, this is the covenant between us. If you're going to listen to my voice and keep my covenant, and you'll be a virtue from all other nations because I own the land. And you shall be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Those are the things that you should tell the people of Israel. And then Moses came and talked to the older people of the nation, and he told them everything that God told him to say, and the older people told it to the rest of the people, and all the people together, all the nation, all the people together says, everything that God told us, we're going to do. we will do. And then Moses came back to God and told God what the people of Israel said. I hope that it's clear what I'm saying here, because it's a bit complicated, but I hope it's kind of clear. If you have a question, you're welcome to ask, okay? And והנה לכאורה הדברים אינם מותאמים לתפקידם. כי השכל מחייב אם אחד מציע לחברו לעשות איזו עבודה ורוצה לשמוע הסכמתו, הרי הוא צריך לבאר לו דוגמה מעין שתוכן העבודה היא, וגם שכרה. Rabbi Ashlag says, if you want to, okay, let's read a little bit more. Please continue to read.
De acuerdo a esto, aparentemente las palabras no concuerdan con su función, ya que la mente nos dice que si una persona le pide a su amigo que le haga un trabajo y espera que su amigo acepte, debe explicarle con ejemplo que consiste en qué consiste el trabajo y también su recompensa. Solo entonces podrá su amigo evaluar si rechaza o acepta el trabajo. Pero, en el caso de estos dos versos, aparentemente no encontramos ningún ejemplo del trabajo ni la recompensa a cambio del mismo, ya que dice, ahora, pues, si de veras escuchan mi voz y guardan mi pacto, y no nos explica nada acerca de la voz ni en qué consiste el pacto y sobre qué rigen. Y luego añade, vosotros seréis mi segulá, virtud, remedio, tesoro, entre todos los pueblos, porque mía es toda la tierra. De lo dicho no podemos saber si Él nos ordena que nos esforcemos en ser el pueblo segulá, virtuoso, entre todos los pueblos, o es una promesa en nuestro beneficio.
Thank you. So Rabbi Ashlag says, let's say someone wants to offer a job to someone else and tell them, I have a job for you, right? And the other person is interested. But the person that offered the job would probably say what the job is all about. Let's say to work as a teacher or to work as, engineer, or to be to work in the kitchen, whatever it is. But you need to tell the person what they actually need to do. You don't just tell them, I have a job for you. Okay, but what is it? You need to tell the other person so you think, oh, I like it, or maybe I don't like it, I want to work in it. That's fit for me. That's something I want to do, or maybe I don't want to do it. But if you offer a job to someone, tell them what the job is all about. And not just that. If you offer a job to someone, a work to someone, like you'll tell them how much going to be the salary. You tell them every hour you're going to earn that amount of money. On a weekly basis, that's how it's going to be. So the person say, you know what? I like it. I want to take the job. Or maybe the other person say, you know what? It's not enough money for me, right? So when God says to Moses to tell the people of Israel about the spiritual work that God wants the people of Israel to do in this world, it seems like God doesn't says what type of work need to do. Means God only says, you listen to my voice and keep my covenant. But it doesn't say exactly what is the covenant, means what exactly we need to do. How can the people of Israel say, yes, we're taking the job, this work, this project, we're going to do it, if they don't even know what it is? God doesn't describe here what the spiritual work is all about. Just listen to me and keep my covenant. And also, God doesn't say what's going to be the salary. If, let's say, God says, if you keep my covenant, you'll do the work, and what you'll earn is blessings forever. What you're going to earn is miracles in your life. Like different things, right? Hold on 1 second, please. So what I started to say is that God didn't tell exactly what is going to be the salary. If you're going to gain that amount of money in the project that you are willing to do, you say, great, I'll work for it. I'm excited about it. But if you don't know what you're going to earn, what's going to be your salary, maybe you're not going to be so excited about it. So why God doesn't says what's going to be the salary means what the people of Israel will gain if they'll agree to do the spiritual work, right? Anyway, so he continued to says, okay, let's continue to read. Please continue to read.
También debemos comprender lo relacionado con el final del verso, porque mía es toda la tierra. Las tres traducciones de la de Unkelos, la de Jonathan ben Uziel y la de Jerusalem se ven obligadas a corregir este escrito y también todos los intérpretes Rashi, Rambam y los demás. Y el Ibn Ezra dice, en nombre de Rabí Marinos, que porque significa aunque, y lo interpreta de la siguiente manera, serán mi segula entre todos los pueblos, aunque mía es toda la tierra. Y Serra se inclina a estar de acuerdo con esto. Pero esa interpretación no coincide con la de nuestros sabios que dijeron que porque es utilizable de cuatro formas, o no sea qué, sino, pero el aún agrega otra quinta forma, aunque. Luego el verso finaliza con, y seréis para mí un reino de sacerdotes y una nación santa. Sin embargo, tampoco de este contexto se puede probar si es un mandato y una obligación forzada y se debe esforzarse en esto o en una buena promesa. Tampoco las palabras reino de sacerdotes no tienen explicación ni se repiten en todo el Tanaj, Biblia hebrea. Debemos enfocarnos principalmente en discernir las palabras reino de sacerdotes y nación santa, pues el significado común de sacerdocio y santidad significan lo mismo, y se sobreentiende que un reino donde todos son sacerdotes es una nación santa, es decir, que las palabras nación santa están de más.
Thank you. So he says, and then God says, I own the land. And the commentaries kind of ask, God, why you need to tell us that you own the land? What's the connection that you own the land to your offer to the people of Israel to do their spiritual work? It's like this whole text, this whole message that God tell Moses to tell the people of Israel, it sounds like a coded message. Something here is not so clear. But just a second, if we're talking about the important covenant, the most important moments in history, the covenant between the people of Israel and God. So let's try to understand. God, please explain us, what is the covenant? What is it that you're expecting from us? It sounds like it's a coded message. It's not clear what actually God wants to tell us, means what's the actual spiritual work. And that's why Rabbi Ashlag here explains it in this article, so it will be clear for all of us what is the covenant between us and God. What is it that God expecting from us? And also, what is it that God offering us as a result of us doing our part in the covenant, right? And then God, again, it says, God says, you're going to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. And Rabbi Ashlag says, it's not clear if God tells us that we need to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation, or God says that's going to be the reward of your spiritual work. It's not clear, right? And also this idea called kingdom of priest. What does it mean exactly, kingdom of priest? If you open the Bible, the entire Bible, you're not going to find again this idea called kingdom of priest. So how do I understand what does it mean to be a kingdom of priest? And also, what's the difference between a kingdom of priest and a holy nation? It's like sounds a little bit the same, kingdom of priest, a holy nation. Anyway, so that's kind of the questions that we have. Next time, we're actually gonna hopefully continue this article. So we're gonna start to have some answers for all the questions that we raised today, okay? So it's important that you remember everything that we talked about today, all those questions. So hopefully next time we're gonna start to understand, have clarity about it.